No one is going to tell you that you have to kill someone at school. Violence is not taught at school.
So as teachers, we have to have as mission transforming our country, like educating people so that we have good citizens. I think in a country where education is not a priority, we end up having a failed nation. We don't have like trained teachers. Those who are trained are at home, and those who are not trained are doing the job.
A corrupt country cannot be trusted. Our degrees and diplomas and certificates from Chad are not trusted anywhere in the world. So currently, when you are graduated in Chad, no one trusts your degree because we have a lot of corruption. To change people's mindset, you need books, you need to read. And I tell you a story. Like since I came here, I thought that in Chad, like there are a lot of bookstore and other libraries, so I can get books, but I tried, I failed. I couldn't even buy. I go with money, I cannot find the book that I want. That's the biggest problem.
Check one, check two, that's your boy Saleh. We're back again. This is the Chad English Show. And today we have very fantastic people that we invite them. And today it's going to be a debate. It's not a simple debate, a very hot debate, a hot tomato or potato, right? Debate. So where you can find people that they really have a lot of things to say about our education. So the topic of today is, what are the problems that facing our educational system in Chad precisely? So I will be asking the first question to Taik. Taik, how are you?
Fine, thank you, brother.
So the first question is, what are the problems that we are facing in our educational system as a Chadians?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure for me to be back on Chad English Show. I think it's not my first time, and thank you, Saleh and Ababa. I think it's a crucial question, and I'm not like the first person to tackle this question. But I could say to you that our educational system is suffering from a lot of problems that I could like mention the first, which is lack of investment in that sector. And I think for like a good country, education should be a priority. But in Chad is not a case. I think this is the first point. And the second point is like people who are involved in making this sector better are not really doing their job. And I think we can look at the teachers and the students. So I will not like deeply dive into the topic, but give the opportunity.
Hold on, okay? We're going to talk about the things later. We can pass the mic to Adams. Actually, this guy is the first time that he comes in our show. Thank you very much for accepting the invitation, and thank you for being here. So what are the problems that we are facing? Only the problems. So we're going to talk about the...
Okay, thank you for the chance given. I think this is a great privilege for me to be invited today to take part of Chad English Show. I've been following you guys since, and I really appreciate your videos and all of these stuffs. And for today's topic, which is the problems that face our education in Chad, I think educational system of Chad is completely poor, as some of politicians said, because of many problems that the education go through, among which I can name them, especially the interference of some non-governmental organizations. I would like to say UNICEF and some of UBA, those banks, they are in partnership with the government, and sometimes they impose some of the ideas which doesn't really match with the education. Normally, education shouldn't be connected with political stuff.
Okay, so thank you very much, Dams. Pass the mic to somebody who I like very much his mindset. The last time that I met him, that was in your English club, and I really like the way that he resonates. So can you introduce yourself to the channel, and then we proceed.
Thank you, Saleh. Thank you so much, and it's a privilege for me to be in the Chad English Show. And I've been following you from Rwanda since I think
shout out to people from Rwanda.
Yeah. So I told people, see how Chad is going and progressing. So I've been talking to my friends, Rwandans. So coming to the topic. So I don't want to introduce to tell much about myself. So just let's keep it as Musa, and then maybe next time I will come. So we'll see. Coming back to the topic, I think that, when we see the educational system in Chad, it's like it's hurtful, I can say. Comparing to other countries, I've studied in Rwanda and I see what's going on. So I can say in Chad we study harder than many countries in Africa. Comparing to Rwanda, I've been in universities, studies there, and I see people studying 3 hours or like 6 hours a week. Most of them will be like around like 10 or like 20 hours. But in Chad, in a day, I can say that those hours we study, but we come home with nothing because we don't have the right mindset, and the investment that the government are making, it's like focusing just on people getting rich. You see, when you see the president of university, he thinks that himself is like the president of something, and the corruption is the biggest thing we have in Chad. So
okay,
there
Musa,
are a lot of problems.
How about we broaden the topic a little bit? We start with Taiga, and we're gonna know what are the consequences and downside of this lack of education in Chad and everything, and who is responsible exactly, Taiga? Can you answer this question?
Okay, it's a very good question, Saleh. I think in a country where education is not a priority, we end up having a failed nation. I think you're not an alien, you're not a foreigner, what really happens here in Chad. I think it's due to lack of education. People do not receive instruction. We are ready to fight, we are ready to, damage everything. And I think consequences are many. You see what I'm saying? Chadan people today are a little bit violent. Instead of solving problems through dialogue, they prefer to fight. You see what I'm saying? A person who is well educated should not come to that point. Now, talking about responsibilities, I think everybody's involved. Parents, students, and the teachers.
What do you think personally?
Personally, I think I am a teacher, and my position is to, we teachers have not been doing our job. Right. We put money first, which is too bad. I think if we choose to be teachers, our main mission is to transform students, society, so that we have good citizens. But to me, teachers look at money first. To them, if there is no better salary, there is no good job. So as teachers, we have to have as mission transforming our country, educating people so that we have good citizens.
Taig is saying he's shedding the light on the teachers. They are the responsible. So Adams, what do you think? Do you really go along with what Taig's saying, or you have other people to blame?
Oh, well, I think not only teachers who are really responsible for the education of children, the responsibilities go on students as well. Students have to also take their responsibilities, as they are also involved in this thing. What they do have to do is that they first have to receive qualities of education that they received at school. They have to put into practice, especially when they give them some instructions, some morals. Not only learning, or not only learning and sitting the exam with this knowledge, but they have to practically use it as to show to people that this is the education they received, and also not really being violent, because violence is not taught at school. It's not gonna be no one is gonna tell you that you have to kill someone at school. If they kill people, it is because maybe they were not given maybe such kind of values. Killing people is not good, or because there is no practice of that. And also parents, some of the students did not receive great qualities, the basic education at home with their parents, and when they come to school, teachers are doing the best they could, but they lack these basics of education. I think the responsibilities is also for parents. Yeah.
All right.
And students, yes.
Parents and students. Okay, great. So Musa, what do you think? Parents, students, teachers. So what do you say?
Well, I agree, with Tiger and Adams. I go along with them, what they're saying. So, yeah, dialogue is important. So for us, to have a good educational system. But when we look at the bigger, structure, so the government is the first responsible for it, because our system, the policies that we are implementing regarding our educational system are very bad, I can say. As an economist, so I look into SDGs the Sustainable Development Goals and other things. So it includes even, education. So the government should like start taking, education seriously, so that people can change their mindset. So we have to spend more in our education. When we look at countries like Senegal and others, like, they are investing almost like 40% of their GDP, or I believe their like expenditure. But in Chad, we are like about 6 or 10, I don't know, six I think, 6% of our entire expenditure. So you see, that's the problem. So the government should be held accountable for that, and they should get new, policies that.
Thank you very much, Musa. And you talk about the government, the bigger fish, right? Then I want you to conclude, guys. All of you got 1 minute, only 1 minute, all right? So you're going to tell us what are the solutions that can be taken immediately to solve this problem.
Okay, thank you. To that question, I should not beat around the bush. I'm going to go directly to the answers. As you said, our educational system is really suffering. It's facing severe problems. Now, as everybody pointed out, that responsibilities are shared. We have people who are involved in that sector: teachers, the government, students, parents. To me, solutions are easy. Like, the government has to invest in that sector and make it a priority. Teachers at their level, it's a little bit funny, Today you find out that we don't have trained teachers. Those who are trained are at home, and those who are not trained are doing the job. I think there is some sort of mixed up. Now, at the level of students, we have become lazy in such a way that reading is like an enemy to us. You see what I'm saying? And the parents as well are not controlling or following up their kids. They don't really know what students are doing at the school. So at the end of the day, we have a failed nation. So to me, investment, hard work at the level of teachers, teaching should be a vocation, not a vocation. You should not dive in it because in other horizons it doesn't work for you. No, you have to make it as a passion, vocation, in such a way that you can achieve your mission.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Don't teach because you want to monetize everything.
Exactly. It's because you just want to have some dollars, and at the end of the day you feel happy. No, make it a passion, vocation, so that we can get a trend society.
Thank you, Tak. And what do you think, Adams? 1 minute.
Well, I think, as at the level of students, students want to have some facilities. They need to have also some comfort in learning. Not sometimes, going to school, going to school just because I have to go. No, sometimes even the place where they study, if it's comfortable. Now students have fresh mind. What they all need is to receive the qualities of education, and they need practical things, not only theoretical things. So students are quite ready to really put into practice what they have learned. And one thing is that discourages students. We have graduate students and who are still in the road, they don't have opportunities and all of this stuff. Sometimes it discourages students who are now going to school. So what the responsibilities of a student is that we have to let them know that at the end of the day they can do something with what they have learned, and this is pretty important. What teachers do the best they can, but students are still doing the best. But seeing really further, it hurts to see your elder who has PhD and is still crying to have jobs and all of this stuff. It hurts. Okay. So we need to let the students know that it is important education, and they can do something with the education, because we can use education to change even students. Because Nelson Mandela said that not only students, the world, he said, the most powerful weapon which we can use to change the world. So why not teachers using this education to change the mentality of the students? They're just fresh. They're like babies. this is what we have to know. If teachers can transform them as well, this is the responsibility of students. They can also do their homework. They can also, read and pass their exams. They can become international students.
Yeah, thank you, Adams, for this fantastic perspective. Now we're gonna pass to the bigger man. Go ahead, Musa. 1 minute. Not plus minus. Go ahead. Say something beautiful.
Yeah. So the things that I want to say, to have a solution for our current problem in education. Like, we first start by eradicating completely the corruption that we have. A corrupt country cannot be trusted. Our degrees and diplomas and certificates from Chad are not trusted anywhere in the world. So currently, when you are graduated in Chad, no one trusts your degree because we have a lot of corruption. That is at the level of government. So they need to eradicate corruption, as Rwanda did many years ago. And now everyone trusts, even the education level is low, people still trust it. Then the second will be like the mindset. And to change people's mindset, you need books, you need to read. And I tell you a story, since I came here, I thought that in Chad, there are a lot of, bookstore and other libraries so I can get books. But I tried, I failed. I couldn't even buy. I go with money, I cannot find the book that I want. That's the biggest problem, Every country in the world, we know that they have big, libraries and bookstores. So this is important. Then we come at the level of students and parents so they can motivate their children and have a better condition in studying. You cannot study under 40 degrees and 6 hours. Let's be realistic, 40 degrees, 45 degrees, 6 hours. No one can straight 6 hours study. We need more breaks and less time in schools in better condition, then eradicate corruption. This is it.
Okay, thank you, Musa. Thank you, Adams, and thank you, Taj.
Shout out to you, Sally.
That was a very good debate. I like it so much, and the perspective were really thought-provoking thing. And guys, I really hope that you can relate to these messages and perspective and opinion. I don't know if you have other people to blame. What do you think as a followers, as watchers, as students? Teachers, right? People who work in the government. Administrators. We got them in our, right? In our, the president himself watching. So what do you think? So I think that there are a lot of hands that comes together, and I don't know who to blame. Guys, you tell us who we should blame. Should we blame ourselves? Do you think that if all of us, we really want to see this country going forward and we need the good education, why it's not working? Do you think that some people don't like this country to go forward? Because I remember a great philosopher said, an education system in a country where its leader doesn't want its people to be developed will never be developed, because the education system can't be changed if the government doesn't want change. If the government wants change and the teacher doesn't want to work and do their job. If the students are really lazy, they want to sleep, doesn't work. If this guy said, we are not readers. If you are not a reader, you can't be a leader. Anyhow, I don't know. I'm not good at education and stuff and everything. But one thing is sure, keep sharing the whole thing, commenting the whole thing, liking the whole thing. We are on YouTube, very soon on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok as well. So keep sharing the whole thing, guys. And don't forget, until the next time, stay legendary. See you soon.
Love y'all.